Hello and welcome to my channel. How are you? I do hope you are well. Do let me know what you're working on right now. This picture is what I'm going to describe as a flower fairy. And I'm so excited to share this drawing with you. I'm calling her Liora, and I created her with coloured pencils using Archie's hot pressed watercolour paper and Faber Castell Polychromos pencils, although I do believe I dipped into my limited supply of Caran D'ache pencils when it came to colouring in Liora's skin. Now, first up, I have to be honest, it's not a full time-lapse recording from start to finish. Now, my channel is called The Colourful Pencil Studio, but I do not have an actual art studio. And being transparent, my studio, in inverted commas, is my little table where we eat. So when I actually get round to setting myself up to draw at the table, then I've set my phone up to record that process. Sometimes though, particularly when it's cold and miserable outside and I'm not going anywhere, then I generally slouch around the house in my PJs, and I curl up on the sofa with my cat, so my drawing during those times can actually be on my lap, or if I'm being extremely lazy, I might even be sitting in bed watching TV and drawing in bed. And it's those bits that I haven't recorded, which for this drawing is quite a big chunk. I'm not hiding any of my process, I'm just being comfy and cozy, and I didn't think you'd want to see me being that sloth-like. Now, as you can see, I have started with the background. I am working from the background through to the foreground. Once the background is done, I can then see how much I want to push the foreground to make it stand out. That's the thinking in my head anyway. I've not planned out or swatched any colours. I just have my pencil collection in a pencil case by my side, and I'm just selecting and grabbing colours and just seeing what I like and what I think works. I am going more slowly and more lightly than, for example, if you watched my previous videos, which were the quick sketches of the apple, the oranges and the rose. Those I wanted to get done, just sit down and do it in one sitting in like a couple of hours. Here I'm taking my time and I'm putting down light layers. In my mind, what I wanted to aim for was clean, bright colours, and to use the layering process to create depth within those colours. And I wanted to blend the colours as well as I could. It can feel like it's a slow process with colour pencils, but it is so worth it. And I have to say, I feel very lucky to be living where I live in North Wales. This beautiful country stole my heart when we came for a holiday, and I feel very lucky to be able to now call it home. It's an area it's known for its stunning landscape. There are mountains, there are lakes, there are forests, there are beaches, all on my doorstep, all accessible from my doorstep. And it's an ancient woodland that I can literally see from my bedroom window, which I spend so much of my time walking in, that inspired me to start thinking about drawing more magical and enchanting art. Every time I step outside into nature, it tugs at my heartstrings and I feel so connected to my environment. And I wanted this magical fairy to feel like she belongs in the wild amongst the plants and the flowers that I see every day. For the background that I'm colouring here, I used a selection of bluey greens, yellows and creams. Now, I don't know how to describe it, but I wanted to colour the picture starting with the darker bluey greens at the outermost corners of the piece, and then working towards the lighter yellows and creams when I reached like the central area of the background around Liora. Like it's almost, how should we say, like a circle of light, a circle of colour surrounding her. You can see from this part of the recording where my poncho is just, you can see at my elbow just coming in with the blue and the mustard colour. I just tapped out of this because I can't knit to save my life. I just knit squares, but I knitted them up into like one giant square and made a poncho just to keep warm in the winter. My other half tells me I look like John Wayne when I'm wearing this, but I don't know how to edit that bit out, but that will give him a laugh. But I do have to ask any other artists, if someone does pick up this video and watch it, what do you do if you're a hobby artist like myself? What do you do with your finished drawings? Because I like the drawings I create, but I don't display any of them around my house. And that's another standing joke with my other half. Every time I finish a picture, he's like, oh, that's another one to go under the bed, is it? I've just got this little storage box and I create them and then I just put it in the storage box and just put it under the bed. I don't know, I feel a bit funny about displaying my own artworks. And what do you guys do? The flower elements were something that I had a lot of fun with. They're totally unrealistic, but I really enjoyed shading the delicate petals and using the soft pink colours. I kept layering and blending, aiming for as smooth a texture as I could get. For Liora's dress, she's wearing a tutu made of flower petals. Blue is my favourite colour, so I selected a mid-tone blue, a pale blue, and I used a lot of white to go over the top of these to mix and shade the petals. The actual bodice itself of the dress has darker tones, darker blues, and I even incorporated some greens into the bodice as well. Now, when it actually came to Liora herself, I'm not going to lie, I was really nervous. Drawing a person, even if it's a fantastical one, it's a bit outside of my comfort zone. Drawing people is a new challenge for me. I'm used to drawing cute furry faces, cats and dogs, and I'm still learning. I think personally in my art journey, one of the best things I've learned is to embrace mistakes. There is so much more to learn from the mistakes we make than there is from successes. When I actually finished this drawing and I took a step back and I looked at it, I saw so many things that I felt could have been better. But instead of getting frustrated, I'm learning from those moments and I'm growing as an artist as a result. And that's what makes the process so rewarding. Getting the actual skin tone down was a real challenge. And what I realised when colouring her face and arms was you need to use much darker colours than you think. So we're just about coming up to the end of the actual parts of the drawing that I managed to capture, and I'm really pleased with how the picture turned out. I hope you like it too. Even though it's a challenge drawing this type of picture, it is so enjoyable, and there will definitely be more fairies or magical creatures in the future. It really feels like I'm connecting my love for nature with my creative side. So that's it for this one, a little glimpse into my process and what inspired this magical fairy. If you have made it this far, I thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the drawing and any tips you might have for drawing people and characters. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe for more art videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.